to talk about a team that was a whole lot better than 500. It is the national champions, Morningside College. We've got with us Addison Ross from Carroll High and Hunter Behrens from IKM-Manning. First of all, guys, congratulations on the championship. Had to be an unreal moment. Addison, let's talk to you first here. Talk about the whole experience in playing in that championship game.
Yeah, all week was a great experience for us. They treated us great down there in Daytona, and the best feeling was finally getting there after a couple years of losing in the semifinals. I think we'd lost like 6 out of the last 7 years in the semis. So finally getting there, we were focused, we were ready to play, and then a few breaks went our way and we won, and that was just an amazing feeling.
So you were talking earlier, they treat this like a bowl game. Tell us about some of the things they did leading up to the game.
So we got down there Tuesday. We flew like a charter, so we felt like a Division I school. It was pretty cool. We walk out to the tarmac. Got down there Tuesday afternoon. We practiced that night, and then went to our hotel, which was like a beachfront Hilton resort. That was pretty sweet. And then Wednesday we went to school, like talked to kids, played football with them and stuff. We had like a luncheon. Thursday we got to see Daytona Speedway, which was amazing. I'd never been around a track like that. The grandstand was incredible. And then Friday we had like a banquet, and we had practice this whole week, obviously, and then Saturday was all business.
All right, well, Hunter, we're going to bring you in because you had to let the upperclassmen talk first, right?
yeah, you got to let them shine.
Right offensive tackle for Morningside. Talk about the experience in the playoffs. Your second season with Morningside.
Yep.
So how did that roll for you?
So I played a little bit of a part last year on the team. I was the tight end, and this year being the starter, it was just a great experience for me. I had a bunch of seniors around me and great leaders that helped me. I'd never been in situations that I was this year. So just the senior leadership around me really helped me play and perform how I did this playoff.
Moving from tight end to right tackle this year, how was the transition for you?
Well, I knew I wasn't going to stay at tight end forever. I'm obviously a big guy, so I knew the switch was coming. But spring ball really got me in shape and ready for that. During the spring, getting all those reps, they immediately moved me from tight end to right tackle. So spring ball kind of is when I really adjusted, and then finally when I was able to come into the fall, I was pretty much ready to go.
Did you welcome that move? Was it a big adjustment?
Yeah.
You kind of hate giving up the tight end position.
Yeah, well, I like the more reps you got, so that was better for me.
So now that you have hands, they're going to put you in some of those specials where you can go out and maybe catch it as a guard?
I mean, I always beg for them to put it in, but...
All right, you got a guy here that says he has hands. Which one's got better hands between the two of you?
He's got me 100%. Yeah, I got one under my belt, and that's all they gave me, but I'll take it.
Hunter, you got a shirt on there, and I don't know if the people on video can see it, but it says Focus and Finish 2018 NAIA Playoffs. You guys were talking about, Addison brought up 6 of the last 7 years. What do you guys think was the difference this year that got you into the championship and got you that championship from some of the previous runs that this program's made?
Well, I would have to say, again, with the senior leadership like Trent and Connor Niles, those guys are unbelievable. They made practice easy for us and made us want to come in and work every day. And the off-season program that we had with our weightlifting coaches and just everything like that. And with it being Trent's last year, everybody was just on another level playing hard.
Now, you guys have played in a whole bunch of football. And Addison, talk about that difference in the championship game. Were there nerves? How was that different than any other game you played in?
Yeah, the championship game was a little weird. We came out really hot on offense. I think we drove down our first 2 possessions and scored right away. And
then you're thinking, this is easy.
Right. I thought, this is going to be another Morningside football game. We're going to win by a lot, get out early, and celebrate. But the TV timeouts were a lot different for us. We're not used to that. We were playing on ESPN3 or whatever it's called. So they're stopping the game like after every possession for 3 minutes. They're stopping it after quarters for 3 minutes, and we're just sitting there in a humid environment. It's just a little different. So Benedictine hung around, gave us a game. We kind of faltered on offense, but then in the end it was Trent Solzman and Connor Niles trapping like 35 times this year. Record-breaking numbers for both of them, and our defense held them, and we came through.
35 to 28 was the final. Was that the best team you played all year, Benedictine?
Yeah, they're right up there. I would say them or St. Francis, the team we won in overtime by the same score in the semifinals. Both of them were very good. They made us play till the last play.
Addison, what was the difference in the third quarter? You guys outscored them 14-0. That was kind of the difference there in the game. Was it just halftime adjustments?
Yeah. our coaches do a very good job at halftime adjustments. We came out and knew offensively what we needed to do, and defensively we knew what they were trying to do. So football's a game of just countering your opponent, and I think coming out in the third quarter we were ready to go, ready to play, and we definitely beat them in halftime adjustments.
So with the small schools starting to get a lot of love and a lot of TV time, some of these guys are trying to go out and go pro. Are any of your guys that you know of, are they going to try to move on and take a shot at the combine?
We have a couple guys. I know Connor Niles is probably our best shot. That's going to entertain the option, but you don't go to Morningside to become an NFL football player, so it's kind of like he's going to keep working out and all that, and if his opportunity comes, he'll take it, and I know he'll make the most of it.
Hunter, talk about making the jump from high school ball to this level of football. How big is that? And, I mean, it's like a career in college when you're playing in football, right?
Yeah, it goes from just being like kind of a hobby or kind of something that you just like to Friday night lights, after school activity to a full-time job. It's a big jump. I mean, in high school, a lot of the times if you're just bigger than them, you can beat down the other team and beat down other players. But in college, everybody's big, everybody's strong, so you kind of got to use your footwork is a big thing that I feel that you have to improve on from high school to college.
How is the coaching different?
Coaching it's 100 times. It's way more different than high school. You got a specific coach for your position. I mean, I came from IKM-Manning. That's a pretty small school, but getting an offensive line coach that drills you every day, and let's say you're doing something wrong during practice, he'll hold you back after practice to help you with your footwork or other things you need. So it's huge.
Yeah, they kind of own you in college, don't they?
A little bit, yes, they do.
Yeah, how much time in practice do you guys spend kind of on the fundamentals every day? Not just running plays, but on the footwork, on blocking techniques and stuff like that?
We have about like 20 minutes of individual, 25 minutes individual. So you're running, you're working on your zone steps, and you're working on pulling, you're working on your pass set, different things to help you improve. You get, I bet, thousands of reps at your pass set, or if it's like a zone to the right or left, your footsteps for those and all different plays. And, I mean, just thousands of reps of doing that during practice is what helped me throughout the year.
Talk about summer. You get the summer off, you don't have to do anything, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, well, they kind of highly recommend you sticking around for the summer, and I didn't stick around this summer, but I know Addison did, and I will be sticking around this summer. But it's summer; it gets pretty intense.
Sure, you win the championship, and now you're going to stick around, right?
Yeah. It just works out better this year. But
Addison, let's bring you back in here. With you guys winning the championship, Hunter just brought up the off season. When's it start for you guys? And now with this team, what do you guys got to do to try and repeat?
Yeah, we're in a different situation than we have been the last few years. Usually we go into the offseason, we have our motivation. Oh, St. Francis beat us. They won the national title the last 2 years. So we're going to beat them, and then we're going to finally do it. This year, we've been getting texts about it. We'll have a meeting this week to kind of set our offseason schedule. We'll probably start workouts Monday. That'll be lifting. We'll start running in the mornings and then throwing too, and that's our kind of schedule before spring ball. It's a lot of lifting, a lot of running, and I think our attitude is just going to be a lot different. Knowing that we finally did it, it's going to be a different mentality that we have to defend what's ours now. It's not going to be let's knock off who's on top. It's let's stop whoever's trying to come at us, I guess.
Well, now your profile's been raised so much more with this. You're going to get everybody's best shot next year. Is that fully sunk in yet to the guys? And is it going to be a theme in the off season?
Yeah, I think it'll become apparent pretty quick that it's just different. In the GPAC, we've kind of had that mentality for a while. I think we've won 8 straight GPAC championships, so we get everyone's best shot. But on a national level, especially in the playoffs, for a second round, teams aren't going to come in and be like, oh, this is just another game. No, this is the defending national champions.
Who are some of the programs, whether in the GPAC or nationally, that you think will compete with you guys next year?
NAI is really top heavy. It's a lot of the same teams every year. Northwestern the last couple of years has given us great games in Orange City. I think they have to come to Sioux City this year for might be the first time in my career. I don't know how that works out, but
you don't handle the schedule.
No. Non-conference, we usually try to schedule some pretty good games. The last couple of years we played Division II teams, Truman State, So that's usually a great game, great warm-up for us at the start of the year. And in the playoffs, we see a lot of the Mid-States Conference because they're kind of close. It's like Illinois, Indiana. That's where St. Francis, St. Xavier, we played them the last couple of years. And then the Heartland Conference, which is like Grandview from Iowa, their conference. That's a lot of the Kansas schools. That was Benedictine. That's what they were in. They're a very good conference, too.
Hunter, what made the difference for you to go to Northwestern as compared to anybody else? I'm sure you had other opportunities to play elsewhere.
You mean like where I picked?
Yeah, why you picked Morningside over
Morningside?
Anybody else?
Yeah. Well, I got recruited a little bit by Grandview, obviously, and a little bit by Northwest State, but I think it just came down to whether you like the coaches or not. And Coach Ryan really welcomed me in with arms, and I could just really trust in the program that Morningside had, and I felt it was the best move for me, and I felt like I could get on the field fastest at Morningside.
Academically, how are things going for you there? Talk about your major and what you're looking to do.
Yeah, good. It's going good. I'm a business management major, and then I'm going to try for an agronomy minor. So class schedule, taking 16 to 18 credits, and just, you learn to work with it with your football schedule, but, just put a little bit more time in the library and maybe a few more later nights, but that's
so you got to cram in this semester coming up night now to get all your classes in.
Yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm. So, talk about recruiting. How involved are you guys in recruiting when recruits come on? Do you get to talk with them? Do you kind of explain to them what the culture is like at Morningside? How
coaches can't comment on that. These guys can't.
Yeah. I didn't say about new ones.
Yeah. Well, freshman year when you're in the dorms, the coaches kind of make you go. So if they come for a game day visit, the freshmen will welcome them, and they'll come in and they'll eat lunch with them. And if they want to do an overnight visit, some of them do, some don't. But you'll have a few guys stay in your dorm room, or just stay with you for the overnight visit, and just kind of show them what Morningside's like at game time, and just what's it like to live in the dorms.
Do those coaches use you guys as kind of a resource? As, hey, we're looking at somebody that's from IKM or somebody that's from Carroll. Do you guys have any contacts with them at all? Do they use you guys like that a little bit?
Obviously, if they know that you know the player and you can kind of have a relationship with them, they'll text you and say, hey, I have a guy from Carroll, or I have a guy from any surrounding places where you went to high school. They'll kind of use you a little bit and say, oh, this guy, why don't you stay with him for the day or hang out with them.
And speaking of that, with you, Addison, you had Colton Earlbeck from Kemper, also Jake Mulford from Audubon, and Taylor Duncan from ESAC, some other local kids that are a part of this Morningside program. How cool is it to kind of have some kids that maybe you guys played against? Hunter, I know you guys played against Taylor Duncan and ESAC in high school, but to go up against some kids and have some kids now on your team that maybe you guys faced, in high school.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm a little older than some of the guys from the area, so I didn't really compete against any of them, but all of them come in with the same hard work ethic. They come every day to practice. I love Jake Mulford in practice. He's our scout corner, so I kind of go up against him all the time. I like to talk a little trash, and he'll give it right back. So he's a great kid. He works really hard, and he helps the team more than anyone, honestly.
How about for both of you guys? How physically demanding is it to play college football at your level?
Oh, it's just every day you wake up and are like, all right, what do I have to do to be ready to practice at 3:30 today? And what can I do so I feel better tomorrow? Camp's a grind. Everyone's really sore. After that, the season they do a lot better. The coaches and trainers do of, all right, are you really healthy? Do we need you to do this rep? And if not, they'll let you get a break and just get a mental rep. And they take health very serious at that level.
Hunter, how about you? With the physical toll that it takes to play football?
Lots of ice baths. That's what I have to say. Just after fall camp, all the linemen and everybody's just dumping in a big tub of cold ice water, and nothing's better than that after a long, hot 90-degree weather practice. But just kind of just understanding your body and understanding what your body can take. That's really important. And if you feel an injury coming on, or let's say you tweaked your ankle or something, just going into your trainer and making sure they're taping it up, or just helping prevent from further injuries to whatever you got.
And Addison, we haven't had a chance to talk to you about the academic side. What are you majoring in? What are you looking to do in the future?
So I'm a biology and chemistry double major. I'm looking to use it as a pre-med undergraduate program. So I'll be applying for med school next fall. So I'm a senior this year academically, but I'm a redshirt junior for football. So kind of taking it easy the next 2 semesters so I can kind of string it out and play one more year and live that dream one more time, I guess. But next year will be when I apply, and hopefully I'm in med school by the fall of 2020.
All right, who's the smartest position on the field? Is it the backs or is it the offensive linemen? Are they the smartest guys on the field, Hunter? You better be careful what you say here.
Let's just say the quarterback's the smartest position. But
now you're going to give it up to the glory position.
I'll give it to the glory position. No, the offensive line, they make it pretty easy for you. Just is it a run right, left? What pass pro are we doing this play? But no, it takes a lot of mental strength too to play on the O line or as a wide receiver or J back. But yeah, definitely you got to be mentally sharp too to be able to play those positions.
Is there a lot of talk on the offensive line and defensive linemen? But is there talk back and forth between you guys during the game?
Yeah. I would have to say the defensive line likes to get rowdy with the offensive guys. I don't really listen to it. I just kind of let them chatter and just I'll play the next play.
So when you put them on the ground, you kind of give them a little extra though when they're down there.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of smack talk, you just said that you like to talk to Jake Mulford and practice a little bit. Can you tell us a little bit of the smack that you give him?
So he plays cornerback, if a lot of listeners probably don't know, and my position I'm normally in the slot, but there's a few plays where I'll line up out there, and most of the time I'm just a dummy. I'm a 6'4" dude that's not going to outrun any cornerback. So I'm just kind of standing out there, and I always joke around that I'm going to beat him, or he better wait for the fade because I have like a foot of height on him and stuff like that. They never do throw me the ball, so Mulford always thinks he locked me down.
Well, guys, I tell you what, we appreciate you coming in. Congratulations on the national championship and
first ever.
First ever for Morningside. So that you've taken it to a whole new level. That's got to be a great source of pride for both of you guys that you've got this program to this level that they've long strived to be at. Talk about that.
It's exciting. It's our future's very bright. Morningside, they've built a great program up there. They've had the same coaches for a long time that just keep it going, and the future is going to be awesome.
You guys kind of won that over Christmas break. Are you going to have a big celebration with the entire school when you get back then? Because you really didn't have a chance to celebrate.
I think when we get back, we're doing some type of celebration or championship day that we'll celebrate with the community and all the students and whatnot. But
and by the way, you said you had great fan support down in Florida too. Talk about that.
Yeah, it was crazy just seeing my whole family was able to come down and they were able to make it, and just seeing how many people actually showed up to the game, flew down, drove down, whatever it was. It was just awesome to see our fans representing in Daytona Beach.
I saw a few girls rented a car and drove down. I think Caitlin Checkinger and some of these others that from the school actually took cars and drove down there just to be down there. That was incredible to watch.
Yeah, I was surprised at how many students went down that aren't.
Well, it is Daytona for
yeah, it really is a football team. So like, okay, you get a couple-day vacation and you have to watch a football game Saturday night. That happened to be one of the best games of the year. It was awesome. The environment during the game and after was just incredible.
Well, guys, congratulations on it. 35-20, you won over Benedictine, national champions. Enjoy it, because I'm sure you're going to have to work really hard to get there again next year.
Thank you.